Hi everyone, welcome to Holiday Tips for Retailers, 9 tips for your search and shopping campaigns this holiday season. My name is Alex Chen, a product marketing manager for Google Shopping.
Hi, I'm Anthony Ho, Product Marketing Manager for SCM Best Practices.
And we're excited to be here today to help everyone prepare for the holidays. It's a really fun time, an exciting time, and we're really hoping to help you guys get everything ready so that when you guys hit the holiday season, you guys are having all your campaigns optimized and prepared to get all that traffic.
Thanks, Alex. So let's get started. So it turns out something interesting has been happening these past couple of years. The holiday rush is starting earlier and earlier. It's estimated that 29% of shoppers have already started their holiday shopping before tomorrow, which is Halloween. Not only that, but key shopping days, what are called tentpole events like Black Friday, are no longer isolated to just single-day milestones. They've become month-long events. Black Friday is now a month-long event covering all of November. So the most important thing that you can do to ensure seasonal success is to plan and execute well against that plan. Yes, it might be a little too late to start planning now, but we didn't want to leave you without first going over some things that might go into a good plan. So first, let's review your goals and your resources. A good exercise is to forecast how much traffic you're expecting this year. Pull historical data for the holidays and layer on some year-over-year changes that you've been observing so far to get to a good forecast. Then check that your CPA targets make sense against these conversion volume expectations. Use your CPA and your conversion forecast to back into a budget that makes sense for you so that you have enough resources to succeed throughout the quarter. Then it's all about knowing what to say and what to promote when. Know what typically drives your sales and what might be different this year in terms of promotions. This is going to influence that forecast that you initially built because say you're pushing an unusually early promotion this year, you want to make sure that you pull those budget dollars forward to support that. And for good measure, check in with your merchandising team to stay updated on the latest promotions and potential changes that might happen in quarter or mid-season. And don't forget to ask them about site-wide promotions that you could potentially use for your ads as well.
Those are some awesome suggestions. I think you also mentioned that when you do have fewer tentpole days and a longer shopping duration, it's also important to kind of remember not to just revolve all of your promotions and sales around those days, but to think about other times throughout the season as well. So thinking about how after Black Friday, there's still a lot of promotions you can do for shipping because if everyone didn't go out and buy it immediately that day or on Cyber Monday, they're still trying to buy their favorite products and gifts all before important days like Christmas. So taking into account when your products can ship and arrive in time is actually a really great promotion to use. One other thing is thinking about end of season sales. So at the end of December, shoppers don't stop shopping. There's actually a lot of shoppers who are waiting for those clearance sales to go out and start purchasing and going online for research. So definitely try to look out for things like that. One thing I did forget to mention while we started this HOA earlier is that we are doing Q&A after the presentation. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to just add them in right now to the Q&A app on the right-hand side. Just go ahead and pop in your question, and we'll spend some time after the presentation to go over those.
Great. And that's true, Alex. I identify with one of those last-minute shoppers. I always, no matter what, will be surfing the web for the latest deals, either if it's Black Friday or if it's the day after Christmas. And so to round out your plan, you also want to make sure to have a way to respond to crises. During the holiday frenzy, there's a lot that can go that's unexpected for you. So make sure that you identify what's considered a crisis and you assign ownership to certain areas. Make sure you loop in other teammates, potential vendors and agencies, or even loop in your Google account team or have rep available. An example of a potential issue could be that there's likely going to be surges in traffic for your website during these holiday shopping days during the season. So it's important that there's going to be a lot of pressure on your website. So a good way to keep tabs on how your site is performing is to set up some automated rules to monitor conversion rates. If you see dips in those conversion rates, that could be a signal that something's wrong. Then another potential issue could be inventory levels for some of your more popular products. You want to make sure that you pause keywords for any sold out products and conserve your budget dollars for the rest of the holidays.
Awesome. And if you're advertising on with Google Shopping campaigns, you'll definitely want to be aware of any item disapprovals that come up throughout the season. Make it a habit or help with a task force to review the data quality tab in Merchant Center and take a look at the dashboards to make sure that no products are in violation of any of the different policies that we have. One of the main ones we actually see pretty often is pricing, and one of the features we recently released is actually automatic item updates, which helps and allows Google to change a price if it sees a different price between your website and your data feed up to the price of the website so that you actually won't get disapproved and your item can stay live. One other great suggestion we always want to do is encourage and suggest that everyone set up an email alias as your primary technical contact. The technical contact is the email that we will send errors, warnings, and suspensions to, so you guys definitely don't want to miss that during this important season. So set an email alias, make sure who you have a schedule of who's checking that so that you know what's going on with your account.
Great.
Awesome. And as we talked about kind of preparing your account and getting everything ready, you also want to make sure, if you haven't done so just yet, really hunt for holes in your campaign. So we've kind of symbolized here kind of the big bucket or square or pie that someone might want to write. Of your products, and what you really want to make sure is avoid figuring out where those white gaps might be. There might be a lot of different products that are popular just during the seasonal time of the year that you may not have realized become really popular or viral. So you want to make sure that you really have your entire inventory up already if you're not doing so. Make sure, as I mentioned earlier, get all your item level disapprovals reapproved by Google Shopping, so you can really have your entire inventory up there. Sometimes those gaps might be that one product that become really popular during the season that you just didn't account for.
And make sure that you do the same for your search campaigns. Run a keyword report for last year, the same time period last year, and filter for any keywords with conversions greater than 0, and make sure you're running on those keywords as well. And you can also capture more relevant traffic by identifying any high-performing keywords on exact match and expanding them to phrase or broad match as well.
That's awesome. And also, just to mention, you said capturing traffic is really important in having kind of those kind of bids. So with Google Shopping campaigns, you have in all products groups, which you can actually use to capture that other traffic as well. So if you have all your inventory listed on your shopping campaign, have that one product group with all products and have a bid there. So you're always capturing traffic, even if it's not part of your seasonal or priority product groups.
Yeah, that sounds really convenient, Alex. And so now why don't we talk a little bit about ads. So at this point, it's a good idea to stop your copy testing and really pick your winners, really put your best foot forward during this time period. You want to capture as much relevant traffic as possible. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to set your ad rotation settings to optimize for clicks or even better, optimize for conversions. And you also want to make sure that you stack your ads with extensions such as site links or call-out extensions. So if you take a look at the sample ad copy on the right column there, you really want that really helps to draw more attention from the shoppers that are searching for you.
Yep. And with merchant promotions, one of the features that we have in Google Shopping, you can actually highlight special offers, temporary promotions, and promo codes for your products throughout this season. So we have, if you know that on Black Friday, if you know that the week before or the week after Cyber Monday, you have specific promo codes for deals, you can definitely highlight that using merchant promotions on your ad unit so that shoppers can actually see the special offer, see what the percentage off, and if there is a code, find out what that code is, It's also one great way to drive up additional engagement and click-through rate because you're kind of differentiating your product and your brand by having this great offer that other retailers may not. So let's talk a little bit about prioritizing your high margin products, really looking at how you want to divide up your inventory to make sure that you're getting the most profit out of everything that you're selling this season. So we did this kind of graph here to kind of take a look at how you should be breaking out your different products. You have your head and trending products, your medium top performers, and your tail and your core. So we can go from the top. So for the head and trending, it's really the products that you know that shoppers know your brand for. So they may not be your most high margin products, but they are the ones that really keep your customers around because they know that you have the best television brands or the best clothing brands and things like that. So you definitely want to make sure you prioritize those because that really builds a great customer base that can help you through 2015 and beyond. And medium top performers, these are going to be your really high margin items where you know you get great return on these products and you want to bid up slightly to make sure that they're seeing the right traffic and relevant, or showing up in relevant queries and everything like that. So it's running through there. And for the tail and the core, that's kind of what we talked about earlier, really making sure that we have all your products covered within all products groups, and you're keeping a bid there, again, covering for any gaps that you may need to fill throughout the season, or also covering for that one product that might just hit that kind of viral threshold and break through this holiday season.
And on the search side, focus on keywords that are expected to drive a lot of volume and profit for you. You want to make sure that you keep a close eye on them so that they don't lose any impression share due to budget. And bid up if you see that there's opportunity for more volume while still maintaining profitability.
And also, one big thing you want to start thinking about this season and every season is how many shoppers are actually using their mobile device now as a shopping companion. And you may want to reach shoppers on the go. So looking at IBM digital benchmarks research from last year, in Q4 13, shopping in general, retailers and online shopping across all forms was 35% made up of mobile. So we expect that to grow this year. I mean, everyone's now using it on the go when they're at home, when they're traveling, or even while they're shopping, they're inside showrooming, looking up other prices, seeing kind of what's the best deal for them. So you really want to focus on getting a mobile footprint. With mobile product listing ads for Google Shopping, we definitely have helped really create an enriching environment where shoppers can actually browse and flip through different products as they search locally for anything nearby or anything online. What we've also done in the past is we've updated a new attribute for our data feeds called mobile URL. So if anybody has a really great and engaging mobile experience for their site, you can definitely use that mobile attribute to direct and force users to go to your mobile site when they click on your ads to make sure they're getting the right experience. One of the things that we've always noticed is that with a really poor landing page on mobile, if you have like a desktop or something with too many various checkout steps, you see a lot of cart abandonment and bounce rates. So definitely to consider the mobile shopper in mind and make it as seamless as possible for them.
Yeah, and think about how you're going to be making bid adjustments during this time period as well for these on-the-go shoppers. Maybe you've segmented your performance between mobile and desktop, and you can use the mobile bid adjustment to help you determine how best to target those mobile shoppers. Another consideration would be location, maybe increasing the location bid adjustment for searches that occur near one of your stores, if that's applicable to you. And for your text ads, make sure that you use all of the mobile relevant extensions for your business, maybe location and call extensions, or even app extensions if you want to drive users into your app, if that's available. And now that mobile ads potentially can show just one description line of text, you may want to think about prioritizing your most important messages into that very first line.
Awesome.
And so by now, your campaigns are probably locked and loaded, and you're expecting the holiday traffic to really start picking up. So you want to make sure at this point you have a strategy to optimize defensively. It turns out that shopping queries actually happen between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. Again, I'm probably one of those shoppers as well during the holidays. And so make sure that you're not going dark midday. If you're losing impression share due to budget on some of your profitable campaigns, you might want to make sure that you're expanding your budget cap for those campaigns. Another helpful metric that we recommend is to keep track of your budget's burn rate. And what this is the dollars that you've spent to date versus the budget that you've allocated to date. And so if this ratio is bigger than 1, you want to think about bidding down to slow your pace so that you have enough dollars to go through the rest of the quarter. But if your ratio is less than 1, think about other opportunities that could expand traffic or bid up on your top performers. And then finally, you want to make sure that you know what parts of your campaign are really going to move the needle. If you're underpacing, bid up on those keywords or products that are likely going to contribute a lot of profit and volume to your performance. And think about expanding into search partners for both the search and shopping campaigns. And that's definitely a good area of opportunity to explore as well.
Awesome.
So that wraps up the 9 tips we wanted to go over today in terms of holiday best practices. We now want to quickly go through some frequently asked questions that we often hear from advertisers. And again, if the audience has any specific questions, please add it please enter that into the Hangout as well. So the first question here is around bidding. What is the best way to optimize bids during the holiday season? You want to think about aligning your bid adjustments with the seasonal ups and downs of your holiday traffic. Increase bids when you expect sales and conversion rates to go up. You want to make sure that you maximize opportunities with all of these ready-to-buy shoppers as they're searching for you and coming to your site. And a second question is around when to start activating keywords. So how can you tell when to start promoting your seasonal products? A good way is to refer to your account history and keep track of when impressions start to show for certain product categories. You can also check with your promotions calendar because that tends to influence demand as well. And a good source that I personally recommend is using Google Trends. And checking when user queries for certain products could start to pick up.
Yeah, Google Trends is an awesome tool to use. If you guys haven't used it yet, definitely use Google Trends. I think it's such a great way to kind of look at year-over-year volume and look at kind of query growth. And you can actually change the date and time settings when you're looking at that. So it's actually really convenient to really see when, during the holiday season last year, did this one category or this one product pick up. You can actually compare other keywords as well, so that's also really helpful too.
Right.
And one of our last frequently asked questions is, what should I do with my campaigns after the last ship date? So I alluded to this earlier a bit in the presentation, and really to kind of push that thought to home, remove the campaign promotions for free shipping, but really focus on seasonal closeout campaigns. Remember, there's people like Anthony who are still shopping afterwards, maybe not for friends, but for themselves sometimes too.
True.
And really looking for those great deals because they know they're out there and they know that they can find it. So, don't just stop with shipping. It's too late to ship the products out. People are still shopping, and I wouldn't just completely ramp down budget. I would continue to promote everything that is high margin and really strong with your brand, and reach customers who are definitely still shopping throughout the holidays. And that's it from us for the presentations piece. We're definitely able to take any Q&A right now if you guys have. We'll take a second to kind of collect some notes and see if there's any Q&A and take a look in the document. If you guys have any, on the upper left-hand side, there's going to be a Q&A app. Feel free to click that and put in your questions.
I also wanted to take the time now to plug our short link, which is g.co/GoogleBP, all one word. And there you'll be able to find our tips in a handy checklist that you could print out or download and refer to during this holiday season.
Cool. So let's take a look and see if we have any questions. I'm going to check our event page and see if anyone's up there. So Anthony, it looks like everyone is totally prepared for holiday. We've covered the 9 steps to actually get them ready, and they already often started on getting everything set up.
Awesome.
So with that, I guess we can just wrap up.
Yeah, and if you guys have any other further questions, feel free to add it onto the G Plus page.
Yep. Yeah, if you have any questions, we'll be checking the G Plus page all throughout the day. So if you guys have any questions, drop them into the comment section at the bottom. And good luck with the holiday. Definitely don't stress out. It's still a fun time, and enjoy your time.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.